Back with a new game. Divinity II, Original Sin. Just gonna start up a campaign here. Oh yeah, I guess I need to put that custom thumbnail on. Alright. And I've heard how difficult this game is. So, for my first run, I'm going to be going through Explorer. Alright, let's see. Wow, they all have origin stories.
All my life I've been a performer, a musician, beloved and celebrated by all. But I have a secret. I'm also a playground for sprites and spirits and... worse. The voice that rings inside me now is darker than any that came before. Almost caused a bunch of my fans to rip each other to pieces. But you can trust me. I've got this under control. Step 1. Find out who, or what, is trying to take control of my mind. Step 2. Make it sorry it ever tried.
That's a pretty awesome origin story. Okay. Still, I don't think that one's for me. They got some really wild stories on here. Character design.
Once I was a crusader for the Divine Order. I pledged my life to Lucian the Divine. The war changed everything. He sent me to save the elves I grew up amongst. I arrived too late. Lucian ordered the use of death fog against the Black Ring, annihilating everyone I once knew in the process. Now I'm a mercenary killer, one of the infamous Lone Wolves. And my next target is none other than Lucian's own son.
Alright, that seems pretty badass too. I need to change the audio though. It still needs to be changed. The voices aren't loud enough on here. See, gotta turn up the voice dial, the dialogue volume. To about there. What's up, AR? Thanks for smashing the like, man. Appreciate that. Alright, that should sound pretty good right there. Shit, I didn't mean to click that. Hey, Domika, how's it going? Happy New Year's, AR. Happy early New Year's. I'm trying to create my character here. I had to select one with an origin story, because I want to get the most quests. Let's see. Story, single player, explorer. Yeah, you guys go ahead and exchange stuff, you know. Let's see. I gotta see one of these origin stories here, see what they're all about here.
Oh, don't stare. How would you look after eons in some ghastly crypt? Your people are rather prone to death. Mine are not. Yet when I emerged from my completely unjustified imprisonment, I found them gone. Our culture forgotten. Any trace of the world I knew all but obliterated. I must even hide my true face beneath an ever-shifting mask for fear you savages will attack me. That is how I wander this strange world. Trying to uncover the truth about a history you primitive people never even knew existed.
Damn, that seems like a badass story. I feel like all of them are gonna be like that though. Okay. I know what I want. I want a conjurer, but I don't know what race I want. This lizard dude looks pretty badass, but I had to pick an origin story so it has extra quests. I don't think I want to pick undead. I think I'll just... Hey, Kim Fitzgerald, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that.
Famed, of course, for my unique red skin and unparalleled skills as a general of the House of War, I, the Red Prince, was raised within the vast palaces of the fabled Forbidden City. I was destined to become the next emperor. But my ambitions suffered a bit of a setback when I fell from grace for cavorting with demons. Now, I'm exiled and hunted by assassins. But I assure you, I remain undaunted and as determined as ever to claim my rightful throne.
Hey, AR Ray. I was just thinking I should do a shout out video for you, bro. You know? Seemed like a pretty nice dude. Just trying to get some more followers, you know? But you see, all my shout out videos, they usually just start out as videos like this. Like, me playing a game, and then I just title it shout out AR Ray, and then put it the link in the description, and put a you know, a little bit of info about them, you know. Yeah, of course. I just saw that you had broke 100, and I thought maybe that would be really nice. I definitely I've been slacking on the shoutouts. I got a oh nice, almost at 200 now. I got a shout out to James Gype, and Solo Monte, how's it going? Yeah, I did one to James, and I was using this app called Face Rig, and I made myself look like a dog, like with this program, and shouted him out and stuff. It's pretty cool. And then he did a shout out for me too. Damn, I've been sitting here creating a character for like 15 minutes now. Alright, I don't want an undead one, I know that.
Once I was a crusader for the Divine Order. I pledged my life to Lucian the Divine. The war changed everything. He sent me to save the elves I grew up amongst. I arrived too late. Lucian ordered the use of death fog against the Black Ring, annihilating everyone I once knew in the process. Now I'm a mercenary killer, one of the infamous lone wolves. And my next target is none other than Lucian's own son.
Alright, that one seemed badass. I'm going with this guy. Got the origin. Got the build. Change his appearance. A lot of beard selections here. Go ahead, man, do what you gotta do. I know it's like 2 in the morning right now, bro. This game is so epic, man. Look at that. That hair looks crazy. Alright, I think I want this one. What's up, AR? Just trying to pick out some attributes. Thanks, man. I don't know if you watch anime, but I was trying to make it look kind of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, or maybe like Johnny Bravo, you know? Except Johnny Bravo's is blonde, but, you know. Let's see. That sounds like a pretty badass attribute. You get healed when you're standing in blood. Those are some good anime, bro. Naruto, I watched all that. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, I watched all that. Boruto, One Piece, yeah. One Piece is, you know, started out pretty good. And I got really lost in it, you know, really lost in the story, kind of like, you know, I couldn't keep, you know, watching it as easily as I could Naruto. Another one that was like that was Fairy Tail. I watched like maybe the first 100 episodes. Somehow I was able to stay interested in it, and then I was like, alright, I can't watch this really anymore. And the characters too. The characters, if they're too like really loud all the time, then then that like goes against it for me. Naruto's pretty loud in the beginning. Black Clover. Lots of good anime that has just come out. See, Ghost in the Shell, Inuyasha, yeah, those are great. There's actually new Ghost in the Shell right now on like remastered and all that. Alright, I gotta see, I want to make him human, male, alright. Gotta see the info though. I think this is gonna be the character. You know, I think I'm actually gonna make his hair a different color because he's gotta have something that stands out about him. This rose color looks cool, and this purple looks cool, and this kind of light blue looks cool too. I don't know, light blue looks pretty badass. One Punch Man, yeah, that's a badass one. They just finished a second season on that. Demon Slayer, lots of anime that they didn't keep making. Toriko. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this blue right here. This looks good. I like this.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared. And sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
Alright, I gotta turn up the cinematic, but that was pretty badass. Gotta turn up the voices just a little bit more. Wonder how that woman plays into my character.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough.
Alright. Gonna go ahead and save immediately. Then I'm gonna turn the voices up a little bit. That's cool, man. You know, like I said, it's like 2 in the morning, man. If you gotta like do something, go ahead and do it. I'm not hurting for watch hours or anything like that. I'm just chilling on this new game. So 30 minutes it took me to create that character. Let's see.
easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
So I was knocked out. This woman, I
Things I
guess.
do to complete a contract.
Now I'm here. The operating table.
Nice haircut, Smiley. Nice haircut, Smiley. Boring.
Taking all their shit. See, I don't have anything right now. It's because I'm captive. I should probably just go and see what she has to say. Alright, I need to go in here and talk to this woman, I think. Not sure how to get over there though.
Locked. Soon as we get to Fort Joy, it'll be time to have words with this Boris fellow.
Damn, I just picked up an entire crate.
Well, that explains the smell anyway.
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
It's not very nice. Alright, I'm gonna turn up the voices just a little bit more.
Did you expect a needle?
Ah, 13 gold. I'll take that. kick the shit out of that sheep. It's because I don't know where to go. Doors are locked. Hey, this looks like it might... Thought there might be something in that vase back there. What's this? 2 eggs in there, that'll help. So, tutorial deck. I'm a little confused. It looks like just a bunch of... This looks like a bunch of locked doors here.
Nice haircut, Smiley.
Yeah, I have. I searched everything in all the rooms. And I looked through all the doors, and I attacked the sheep, but I think I'm just gonna go up here, because it says leave tutorial, and I moved a crate out of the way here, and then I came over here, and this is locked. I'm gonna try going up top. When I walk past this thing, it has a different, like, icon over it right there, like... Oh, I think that's just for flames. Yeah, for candles, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up here, see what's up. I better not steal from her or let her see me stealing from her.
Empty.
Empty medicine cabinet, and that is a massive cabinet too. It's empty. Alright, go around here.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs.
Alright, so I'm a prisoner right now, but that's alright. I'll get out of here sooner or later.
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
I'm gonna take the soldier approach and say, yes, ma'am.
The good ship Merryweather. But you can stand at ease there, Private. You do realize you're not in the army here, don't you?
Not in the Navy anymore. Was that Kansas? Oh. Just a second. Little spark.
Index fingers pressed to her lips. She pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative.
Yeah, I'd say so. The entire medicine cabinet's empty, bitch.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Alright. I'm not gonna attack her. I'm not gonna try and attack and get out of here right away. Definitely not gonna steal any shit. Just gotta be along for the ride. It's like, if you're a prisoner on a plane, you know, what are you gonna do? Jump out of the plane? It's like you're a prisoner on a ship. Where are you gonna go? You kill everybody on the ship and then die of starvation?
What a well of knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
Bloody murder. Looks like someone's hit the Hall of Echoes a little early.
Damn. Oh shit. I accidentally stole that. Fuck, every single time. I always accidentally hit shit. Alright, I accidentally stole something off the ground. Alright, maybe she won't attack me.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
I'm not gonna say anything to her, just take my leave.
No marks, no indications of a...
Oh my god. She caught me twice. She's about to kill me. Yeah, I'm definitely done. I'm done.
That's enough now. Ah, there you are. Husband. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all rat-like babes that I am by no accounts this loathsome woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Yeah, I got out of there while I could. I was trying to look in that corpse. I bet you there's something important in there. Like a murder weapon or something laying inside of him or something. Alright, this woman's obviously crazy. She's acting like she's my wife. think I'll take her arm.
How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peep refuses to be confused with anyone else. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
She should be more concerned with survival than entertainment.
Guess you aren't a creative type, are you, Chief? I say they're one and the same.
Ask her about the murder. She probably doesn't know shit.
Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
And now I take my leave.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Watch out for that bitch.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
Mad?
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle. Finally, he pinches your skin, gently tugging at it.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Guess I'll ask him if the book's any good.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle.
Alright, AR, have a good night, bro. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on in the streams and stuff. Take it easy.
Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already. No. I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind? Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom. Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Better not fuck with me.
My, we are fierce, aren't we? Not to worry. I'll soon remedy that. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? Ah, music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? Yes, I can tell from your vagabond chic, a bag is as good as a shirt kind of style, I shouldn't be getting my hopes up. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after. The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you can cook and groom, but you have the fashion sense of a monkey in a clown suit. Still, beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave. You should probably come to terms with the fact that you've half a mind, full stop. Rein in your impertinence, will you? I'm a fair man, but I won't spare the rod. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now shoo!
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
She shakes her head.
Game for 1, I'm afraid. Rolling dice. Deciding fates. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
Yeah. You don't need any supernatural ability to do that.
She chuckles once more.
That red-cheeked refusal tells me more than licking you would. But suit yourself, darling.
You put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen horse dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty.
His eyes snap open. He looks at you and frowns.
Murder? Ah, that's what they were going on and on about. I wouldn't know anything about it. I kill a man. He knows who done it. His daddy knows who done it. And the mayor knows who done it too.
His eyes flutter shut, and he assumes his position of repose once more.
Whether they catch me is another matter. But I ain't one to hide my accomplishments. The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen horse dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Majesty's more concern than your
Eh, common sort of sound, isn't it? Where there's talk, there's health. That's all you hear, though. Listen close. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back, the other catches you before you lose your footing.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news.
She got eaten by a void woken.
Forget it.
It's the wheel, the wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen horse dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe
Captain,
that has the Majesty's more
actually.
concern than
And that figure tells me we're getting close to the Joy. Close to what lies beyond it, too.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
How dare you classify this slop as food?
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
Turnips and water are all I was...
Unacceptable. I've never dined on
You one of
anything
them?
less than
A divine order loyal? They killed a sorcerer, you know. They'll hide the evidence well enough, but make no mistake.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
The Magister starts, recognition growing on his face as he looks right at you.
You look just like...
The Magister's face turns white. He makes a move to step backwards, then stops himself as his hand closes on the weapon at his hip.
It is you. Ifan Ben Mesd. I remember you. You were my captain's commander way back in the war.
You think me mad?
Mad?
The Magister's eyes darken. His face closes over into a cold mask.
I always knew you'd end up down low. Lower even than us nobodies in the rank and file. The higher the climb, the louder the splat when you fall. In Fort Joy, you're about to fall further than you thought possible. And I'll be listening for the splat. Happy landings.
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
Here to register, sir. Good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
You think me mad?
Mad? Insufferable, surely.
What are you trying to hear?
Of course I do. Seems Voidwalk can dog your heels like a shadow. That's no way to live, is it? You'll see. We're gonna help you. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking Magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What's happened?
What happened? Must have been the turnips. You dare strike a royal? Ooh.
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness. The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead. The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. He's alive, but only just.
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
Her hand lies limp in yours. She's too weak to stand.
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for me.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them. She doesn't stir. The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound. Empty. The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and...
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way. Nice haircut, Smiley. The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way. God damn it. Need to get off this wreck. Quick. Oh, damn. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards. Not before this thing snaps into splinters.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid! No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
Yes, indeed. It's the look of someone that wants to read the bloody book he's holding. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to. Please, I was no more an elf than you are those rags you're wearing. I had a mask rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands. Indeed, just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
Great God, something's pounding on the hull!
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is, a warning of death fog within. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb.
God, I need to get off this ship.
what the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here. Hear that, kid? We need to go.
But what about the ladder? It's right over there. You can go straight down. Thank you!
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear? That's what...
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound. The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious.
You can walk. Get yourself on the ladder. There's a... Wait! Voidwoken!
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch. I'll yield to none.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph salute you.
Away! The sea's hungry. We don't have much time.
We make a pretty good team.
I hear something. It's Magister Siwan. The one who put on this damn collar.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
Gods. It's ripping the ship apart. This is it. She's going down.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
So the Order's right about one thing. We attract Voidwoken. Am I the lone survivor? Only one way to find out. Any man who put his likeness in stone is a fool in my book.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Why? But are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me.
I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside. But you didn't die. Guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see.
Garbage. Imagine having the gall to want 100 generations gazing at your own face. Void weapon. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They made it to shore. I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. The face is familiar. What's left of it? He was aboard the ship. Rubbish.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red colour. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned, let's just forget about it. You may as well have your freedom. Now then, if there's nothing further... I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? White. Which goes for the dry parts round here too, I imagine.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. Yes, but these weren't castles in the sky, were they? Quite obviously, I was musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Oh, may the Seven have mercy on their own creation. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the spouse of the sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship, after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh, well, that wishy-washy answer will have to do then. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. but I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Very well. Onwards, then, to victory or death. Wavering is a sign of weakness, so make your choice and stand by it. Wizardry is embedded in my nature as deeply as the instincts to breathe and drink and mate. The dominion over fire suits me best, truth be told, but there is no school of magic I cannot master. Very well. Onwards, then, to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. Yes? Is it an audience you desire?